Have you ever been in a situation when your intuition was telling you, there is something wrong? I don't think that situation will end well. If you have, keep on watching. Welcome ladies, my name is Coach Magdalena and I welcome you to the Monday Men Talk here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. But I'm sure you are a Black Swan and you are a queen in the making. So let's hit it off with today's topic, red flags you can handle like a queen. I'm sure a majority of you ladies have been in a situation, whether with a colleague at work or maybe a family member, let's go even farther, with a relationship or on a date, when your intuition, your gut is telling you there is something off, there is something wrong. I cannot put the pinpoint on it yet, but I know there is something wrong, and if I will go into it, it will end really, really bad. For instance, my gorgeous ladies, when you're at the party and you're having so much fun and you're surrounded by your friends, however, tomorrow you have to get up early in the morning because you have a very, very important project to do. Your boss is gonna be there and some international clients, and you have to make a good impression. Yet you're still here. And you promise yourself you're gonna have this early night because you want to be refreshed for your presentation the next morning. But then you're thinking, I can still have one cocktail and then I can easily grab a cab and get back home and have enough time to refresh myself and have a good beauty sleep. The next morning you're waking up and you're thinking like, oh my goodness, I went home so late. Why have I done that? I should have been back home earlier, put my feet down, take a relaxing bath, and get myself prepared for the next morning. I've been there. I'm sure you have as well. The same thing is happening with the relationships. When at the early stages, at the very beginning, you either start talking or you perhaps been at the one date or a second date, but it was just a short little date, and you start seeing, how do we call it, red flags. And over the time, while you're watching Chengi, myself, and other coaches, you're gonna be able to pinpoint every single red flag and act like a queen. At the moment, I'm gonna leave you with the Chengi's promo. Keep on watching.
There are two types of women. One that positions herself to be a winner using a man's very own nature. We call that woman a black swan, or a woman who is convinced that she can scream, shout, and complain and change a man's nature. Now, if you are a black swan, I have decided to help you out. Ladies, I am offering you a another free masterclass on the secrets of a man's mind. In this course, we're going to look at the things that men will never tell you, are afraid to tell you, don't even know they need to tell you, assume you should know. We're gonna look at the man's brain, how he is wired, his heart, his spirit. How does he really think? What is going on in his mind when he meets you, marries you, dates you, courts you? We're gonna look through every aspect and you will be able to understand the secrets of a man's mind. And being a black swan, you will be able to use those secrets to create the love life you crave and deserve. If that sounds good to you, all you have to do is follow any of the links or wherever you see this video, and I will see you on the other side.
Welcome back. Let's hit it on. So you meet this cute, handsome guy and your inner voice is telling you, No, wrong. Red alert, abandon the ship. Have you ever heard that? And what are you doing? You just tapping the volume down. Why? Because he's so handsome. Because he's so dreamy. Because you haven't been in a real relationship for such a long time and you crave it. You crave a little bit of adventure even though you know it's wrong. You craving him because he's intoxicating. And that's what's happening majority of time. We get him blinded. We get him blinded by his muscles, by his height, by his appearance, or by his successful career. Red flags are always there. It's just us who are diminishing them. It's just us who are deciding that we're not going to be seeing that. Even though your inner voice is telling you stop, yet you want to go. Let me give you a few tips on the situations of what might possibly happen and what to avoid. Keep on watching. Red flags are always there. If you want to go out with your best friend, I'm sure she will be able to say like, hold on, there was a red flag. And she would be able to see it clearer. What is the difference? Why? Because you're very intoxicated with this man. Because you really, really like him. Hence, you're not able to see it clearly at the very first. Our silly side is just telling us, oh, come on. Just close your eyes on it. You won't be able to see it. I'm sure it's just nothing. And you carry on getting deeper into the relationship, into the dating with this person. But be warned. Remember, it doesn't matter how attractive the man is, how intoxicating he is, and how you really, really want him, or how he really wants you. Remember, do not ever ignore the red flags, period, ever. Let's recognize those red flags. Red flag number 1, small little white lies. When we are at the beginning of the dating, we can notice that the men have the tendency to color little bit about himself or about his life. While it's very normal to make a good impression, to show yourself as your best, that's absolutely fine. However, pay attention to the little lies, to the small little thoughts that are just running through the conversation. It's very easy to spot them. So the little white lies can find their ways into your conversation over the phone. When you asking him simple question about what he was doing or where he was, and suddenly he said like, oh my goodness, my auntie is having an emergency and I really need to drive her to the hospital. Or, oh, sorry, I need to run because, yeah, I have some emergency at work. Those are might be just small things, but if they're piling up and there is constantly an issue, if there is something going on constantly, that might be a clear sign for you that he's a pathological liar. And he will always have something to hide. He's never going to be honest with you. And going into a relationship with a person like that who is just putting small little lies. Oh, I was just, I just seen my friend. But in reality, he was hanging out with his mom. Why would you lie about it? There is no need to lie about it. So be very cautious about this person, because that might be beginning of bigger lies. And you don't want to end up in a relationship when the person is hiding constantly something from you. He will always be making excuses, and you with a big googly eyes who thinking, oh my goodness, he's so dreamy, you're gonna be believing in that. And trust me, if he can slit a small little lie, surely over the time he's gonna be feeling very comfortable with the bigger lies. Stay away from the guys that the lies are coming very easy and they just keep on spilling it and talking without it blinking, yet they're lying into your face. Avoid those men. If the lies are coming very easy to them, that means that they have been practicing before and this is their life. Everything is a lie. I had a friend whose boyfriend was visiting his sister, yet he had to lie to his girlfriend that he's sitting on his couch in a house when clearly he was in a different country. Why are you lying about it? Just keeping it real. I actually went to go and see my sister. Why are you lying about it? As a queen, watch yourself. Don't let the thoughts coming into your head. It was just a small little lie. Oh, I'm sure he forgotten about something. Hence he just said that. Avoid that because that shows that you're already hooked on. Red flag number 2, which might not be as obvious. Beware of the men who always have to be right. At the beginning, it might be quite fun because, oh my goodness, this guy is so intelligent. He's so charismatic. He knows everything the best, and you witness him having a conversation with another colleague or so, and he's proving his point and he's sharing his knowledge with this person. It might look innocent, as I said, but over the time, watch him how he acts, because you might end up in a scenario when if there is not his way, there is no other way, and you're gonna be doomed. You will have to walk on the eggshells, which brings me to another red flag number 3, where he might have an anger issue. How to spot it in the very early stages of a dating. Simple, when you're at the restaurant and he's quite rude and abrupt to the waiter. He won't say thank you to the waitress when they're gonna take off the plate. You might be at the theater and queuing down the line for the tickets, and there is an elderly lady whose purse just fell off and she have to pick it all up, and he's making snarky comments. Oh my goodness, what is happening? Oh, we have to wait so long, and he's rolling his eyes. Pay attention. That tells you his character, that he might not be so nice as you think. Let's say you're scheduling a meeting with your girlfriends and you're not going to be able to see him, and he's getting very upset and he's hanging up on you. Those small things, they're unacceptable. Fair enough, we all can get upset, but if it's going to the extremes when he's giving you a silent treatment and he doesn't speak to you for 1-2 days, and then suddenly he's up there like, oh hi baby, how are you? And there is nothing wrong. That might be a trait of a narcissistic. With a colleague from work and you're talking with him for 2 minutes too long and he's getting upset and just walk off. That shows that this man is not confident and quite likely possessive. But let's leave it for another video. This type of guy will always blame things on you. There is always your fault and you'll have to walk on eggshells. It might be a beginning of a very toxic relationship, but let's make another video about that. Long term, over the time, he might be disagreeing with your friends, with your family members, and it might be very uncomfortable. You want to avoid that. The queen wouldn't think about, oh, maybe I have done something wrong to upset him, hence he acted like that. Or, that was just a small little outburst. Oh, he was probably hangry. Oh, he will change. Oh, he's such a lovely man. Queen won't think like that. Queen will dismiss this person very quickly. And she won't even entertain that type of relationship. Ladies, even though we're so hyped out on going on a date with this guy, pay attention how he's acting around the people, how he's treating the waitress, how he's opened the doors for you. In the later stages of the relationship, when you're meeting his friends, you can see how he's acting with you. He might be a sweet angel, romantical angel with you, but with his boys, he might be a rude jerk. Now the question is, who do you prefer? Do you prefer a liar who is in actual a rude jerk, or the man who is pretending to be a rude jerk? Let me know in the comments. If you're thinking, oh yes, he's so assertive, he's so masculine, he'll always be a sweetheart to me, he will never speak rudely to me. Darling, you might be wrong, because if you are ignoring the red flag now at the beginning of the relationship, it might really grow into the toxic relationships. Beware of that. Be careful and be aware of the red flags. Small little things, small little issues that we tend to ignore because this guy is so dreamy, they might become big issues and a big troublesome. Be careful and be aware of the red flags. Those small innocent situations might become a bigger actions in the future. Never ignore them, and if you will notice them, do a small little assessment so you can actually discover whether they are real red flags. My gorgeous black swans, there is more red flags. If you wish me to make another video on that topic, let me know. But also, what I want to know, what red flags make you run away when you see that guy? What do they do that is putting you off? Let me know in the comments below. And also, what red flags that you actually close your eyes on and carry on with the relationship, and what become a huge issue later on? Let me know. As always, love you lots. I will see you next week on the Monday Men Talk. Bye.